Hi, this is Kathy DeHart with DeHart Construction Services, located right here in the Inland Empire. You know, we're a family-owned business, and today our youngest member of our family is visiting. Kinsey, can you say hi?
Hi.
Now, Kinsey, I have an important question for you. Where do you think food comes from?
A market store?
You're right. But before it gets to a market, we have farmers and dairies and all kinds of other people who make food. Do you remember hearing that?
Uh-huh.
And then we have people who have to keep the food cold.
And guess what?
What?
I remember we getting strawberries at a little market.
Well, Papa and I, we work with companies that make food and keep food cold and gets it to the grocery stores.
That's cool.
DCS is a proud supporter of the American Dream. For all of your cold storage or food facility needs, visit our website at chillwithdheart.com. Once again, chillwithdheart.com. Serving all of California, CSLB 949062.
What's going on, everybody? What's up? What's up? Welcome to another edition of the Exit War Room. We have a special guest, and what I mean by special, I mean special to me because I remember when I first got involved in the conservative movement. I've always been a conservative, but when I started getting on social media, there was a few people that I started watching before I got on social media. King Face, some other guy, and Bryson Gray was one of the first ones. I remember watching Bryson when he was working. I don't know if it was UPS or what he was doing, but I remember his lives back then when he would be talking, going from location to location. And I was like, man, this dude is, I think, the same way as this dude. Like, it's a trip. So then right away I was like, why can't I go out and make videos? So Bryson inspired me to do videos and me to stand up and be more vocal and not just take a seat in the background and just be on your thumbs, you know, go out there and do. So Bryson, you're one of the main dudes out here doing it, and we applaud you, but we thank you for coming on to Legs at War Room.
Bro, thank you so much for that. Yeah, so I used to work at I used to fix machines and deliver stuff to like schools all across like the East Coast, like North Carolina, South Carolina, sometimes Tennessee, Georgia. And so, I mean, it just be me by myself in that truck. So I used to make videos just ranting and stuff. That's crazy. You remember that too.
Yeah, that was back in the day. I remember Jesse was always like, did you see what Bryson said? What did I tell you? I was like, exactly.
Yeah, we were rocking with Bryson for years. I think the first time I went live, which was like 3 years ago, I remember at the beginning, we were always cool. And Lexi was always down with us, always down with Lexi. He knows how we roll. You know what I mean? That's what we respect. We have a lot of respect for Bryson, because like I know, like us, we get a lot of pushback and even haters from our own side for standing for God first above all things. That's why I want to first I'll start off with that, is that I just want to say we have a lot of respect for you, brother, that you stand bold for the word of God. And anybody who knows me and knows Lexi, we do the same, whether it's a candidate or whatever, the party and all that, we call it out, just like you, just like Anomaly. There's only a few that do that. And then so we get a lot of hate, bro, even for our side, but so be it, because God said it would be like that, and we answer to God, not man. So I just want to say, like, like, that's great that you do that, brother, so that you talk about your faith, and you know what I mean, and standing bold.
Yo, thank you. Same to y'all too, bro. But I mean, when it comes to my faith, it just has to come first. And I've been like that for like probably like 10 years or something like that. But like even over the last 3 years, I've gotten more and more so like that because of how crazy the world is getting. And at first it was the left, but then when I saw how the Republicans were starting to play in Satan's playground too, and I feel like that was really one of the true tests when it came to people like us. That's really the true test to see, are you gonna pick God first or not? Because it's easy when it's the Democrats, right? We talk junk about them all day long anyway. So when they promote gender ideology, or when they promote homosexuality, or when they promote transgenderism, it's easy to dunk on them. We all do. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But when Republicans started doing it, it started like, well, are you going to say the same thing now? Or specifically when Trump started doing it, it's like, okay, are you going to say the same thing now? And that was the test. And my test really came early in 2020, in the middle of 2020, when I went to go shoot. I don't know if y'all remember the Republican National Convention.
Right.
If y'all remember, I was on there. And when I went to go shoot it, like a month prior, when I went to go shoot it, I had a conversation with Trump's team, and they wanted me to actually perform. By the way, RP Diamond, before I say this, but they wanted me to perform at all the Trump rallies right before Diamond and Silk came out to speak. That was gonna be my slot. I was gonna be able to get like 2 songs. They said I was gonna be on the private jets. It was gonna be like, oh, you know what I'm saying, the whole 9. And they were getting up contracts with me. They kept contact with me. But then a lot of the gay Trump supporters started contacting them, and then they actually messaged me and was like, is this true? What happened? Because they were sending lyrics, they were sending like the whole 9 to trying to get me canceled. But they told me they were gonna try to cancel me with the Trump campaign. And basically they said they can't promote people that are viewed as homophobic. They asked me if you want to apologize, you know what I'm saying? They wanted me to tone it down. And I just simply, I rejected to. I'm not about to apologize for biblical beliefs for Trump. That sounded stupid to me. And but what did happen is I never got contacted about that gig again. I never worked with the Trump campaign again after that. I still voted for him, even outside of that. But so I feel like that was my first test, my first true test when it came to like, are you really gonna stand for God?
And that's why I feel that God has. That's why God blessed you, bro. But even bigger, you're gonna have big treasures in heaven for that. You stood bold, like on Daniel when him and Shadrach and all of them, they didn't bow before the idol and all that. That's good that you did that. I wish a lot of more Christians and real conservatives would speak up on a lot of things, because then I think Trump and then the party would slow their roll on doing all that. But all these even a lot of these big influencers, they're the Christian and all that, but yet they won't say nothing, or they won't ever call out nothing or nothing. They should, if all of us were to speak out and be like, nah, we're conservative, we're Christ first and all of that, I think it would make a difference, because being silent ain't gonna do nothing.
Yeah, right. I mean, you got to understand why. It's like when they provide these big opportunities for you, in your mind, you're probably thinking, not yours, but in people's mind, they're probably thinking like, okay, I just got to be quiet on the issue. I can talk about it a little bit. I just got to make sure I don't go too far. You know what I'm saying? I'll get away with it. And then they get the big opportunities. They get the super big guests on their shows. They get, all the popularity. So, you know what I'm saying? And that's enticing, and that's how it works. But once again, as you know, as A-Rod know, we got to stand for God first, period.
Amen.
Right, 100%. Yeah, no, I that's another thing too, is a lot of times when I'm on the lives watching you, bro, I think what bugs me out the most, this is what bugs me out the most, and I hear this a lot, and I hope people watch this, because I don't get when they say this to you, is when they say, you made your name Trump. Okay. I want you to dig into that, because that's one of the stupidest, and then they say, you're grifting. And I'm sitting here going, hold on real quick. Wouldn't it be grifting to not do what you want to do and continue to make yourself famous? There's so many holes that you could punch in that. And I'm thinking to myself, I just don't get it, other than they don't know what else to do, because they're so mad you're not doing exactly what you're being told.
I've seen a lot of people throwing shots like that, and I think at you, even a couple of big influencers too.
Yes. I mean, what it is simple, right? It's the same thing as the left. The left was emotional because I'm black and I don't talk like super politically correct. And they're confused because why does this black man have on a MAGA hat? He dressed black, he talked black. Why does he have on a MAGA hat? So, I mean, their first insults were, you doing this for money? You're a grifter. It's the same thing. And now the right is doing it because I called out Trump. Now, the funny thing about the grifting part is grifting is not hard in this movement, bro. I can grift so easy. Right now, I can drop a Trump. I can have my studio right here. I can drop a Trump 2024 song by the AM. Guarantee you it'll get at least top 10 on iTunes. Praise Trump, though. That's all you got to do. Grifting is easy to do in this movement once you have a following. Exactly. The issue is, what are you trading to grift? So really, I'm doing the opposite of grifting, because I'm standing up for my belief system against somebody that I obviously was going hard for. Now, about the Trump made me thing, if you want to say Trump helped me grow a following, I got you. I'm with you. I'm with you right there. But, bro, growing up, I was on 106 Park in high school. I had songs on the radio right out of high school. I had songs in movies. I had EDM songs with 6 million streams before any of this. So I've been making money from music in some way, shape, or form since I was 16. Secondly, the reason Trump posted me was because I was the one not afraid to go certain places with my big MAGA hat on. Trump wouldn't even go to places like this with no big MAGA hat on. I did it. That's what I mean. So he didn't post me. He didn't post like we would say like Trump did this. No, wait. Let's be honest. Why did Trump post me? Because I'm a black man in the big MAGA hat that's unafraid to say I'm a conservative. So that looks good for the Trump campaign. Also, let me give people a secret. Let me give people a big secret. And I know Jesse knows this for a fact. When Trump was in office, or when he was running the campaign, they had a list of influencers that they handpicked to promote because it looked good for the campaign.
Right.
I was on that list. If I'm not mistaken, Jesse was on that list. Why do you think we got invited? Why do y'all think I was on the RNC? And then Trump will retweet these people a few times. So this is something that's true. So they help promote people that can make Donald Trump look good. It's an even trade. Why do you think when Trump was in Atlanta and announced a platinum plan for black folk, I was there? You know what I'm saying? Why do you think when something goes on for the Latino community, Jesse's there, Lacey gets invited, they're there. Because we support Trump, and Trump wants people like us to make him look good to influence other people like us to support Trump. It's an even trade. But yes, Trump did help grow my platform, but let's not act like he made me or he's the reason. Stop it. MAGA Challenge went viral, and that's why Trump posted it. I made MAGA Challenge go viral before Trump even knew about it. The White House called me because it went viral. Let's just be honest about it.
Yeah, and 100%. And I look at people like that, I'm like, well, that's not true, because they still follow Bryson, even though he's not, like all on Trump, like they're saying he is. He hasn't lost his following. Then I would say, if you woke up tomorrow and all of your following went away, and the only reason why people were following you just because of Trump, then I would say, okay, guess what? His whole following. But people are still following you because guess what? You have something besides that. So that's what I realized when people are tuning in, they're like, okay, he's talking about the word. Okay, the dude's got flows. Okay, you got a lot of things you dabble into. So it's not just that. So when they try to put you in a box like it's just that, they're just mad because that's just what it is. You're not in the box that they think you should be designed for. That just blows my mind, man.
Well, the funniest thing is this dude named Brennan Dilley, him and his memers, they just knew for a fact they were going to ruin my career on Twitter like a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, because they said I turned on Trump, I'm grifting, blah, blah. And they said, I hope you have fun. Your career is over. Everybody's unfollowing you. I promise you that's what they said. Since then, I've gained 10,000 followers on Twitter. And they're confused. Matter of fact, one of them was like, why are people still following Bryson? I don't understand, because they're so upset that I didn't lose no subscriber, no followers. Even if I lost 200 followers from it, I gained 500. So they're confused because these people were never truly supporters of me anyway. Because people that are actually supporters of me, they know that when I had on a big MAGA hat, my shirt said Team Jesus. Anybody that's been following me like as long as y'all have, when I was in my car, I was anti-LGBT then too. So
big time.
Yeah.
Big time. Yeah.
So the issue is people that don't truly support me, they only know Trump is your president, or they only know Let's Go Brandon. They're confused because what they think they know me for is the reason why everybody else know me, which isn't true. I've always picked God first. So
right, 100%. Go ahead, Jess.
Yeah, well, before I forget, I just want to say congratulations, brother, once again on your engagement.
Oh, yeah.
Thank y'all.
That was like everybody was waiting on that.
Yeah, good sister right there in Christ, brother.
We were
like, you did good. I want to say congratulations. Shout out to the.
Yeah, I remember when I was following her and I was following you, and then they got together, and I was like, that's dope. I thought for real, I was like, that's just dope connection. Super smart girl, super smart dude. Got together, just seemed right,
But you're the number one conservative rapper, at least to me. You know what I mean? You're the number one.
Yeah, we're gonna get into that too later, bro.
Yeah, we'll get into that later. But
to the corny rappers, we're gonna get into.
Yeah, there's a lot of cornies out there. But but I'm gonna get your thoughts on, brother, on what's all this DeSantis and Trump and Haley and all that. But it's just a trip that. What do you think that on Trump attacking DeSantis? Because even he came out today and he tweeted encouraging Haley to announce and all that. Like, why are you being cool with her telling her to announce it. DeSantis ain't even announced. He ain't even said nothing. He hadn't even retaliated nothing, and he continues to attack DeSantis. What are your thoughts on that?
So I have two thoughts. I have a personal view, then I have just like from a marketing view, like if I was on Trump campaign. If I was on Trump's team, attacking DeSantis might be the dumbest mistake he can make. And the reason why, unlike Paul Ryan in 2015, unlike Ted Cruz in 2015, DeSantis is not necessarily going to attack back. He's going to take the high road. He's going to just brag about what he has done. He's going to laugh. He's going to treat it differently, which is sort of the kryptonite to those kinds of attacks. So if and by the way, everybody knows I'm not a huge fan of DeSantis, but I don't think this is a smart move. And the issue with Trump is when he attacks DeSantis, it's almost like he needs a mirror in front of him. He talks about like, oh, the Bush is back, DeSantis. Like, Trump, my boy, we literally watched you back Kevin McCarthy. We literally watched you congratulate Ronna McDaniel. We're literally watching you promote Nikki Haley. Trump is in no position talking about rhinos. Matter of fact, the company he attacked DeSantis for working with or whatever, he admitted to working with them. And did y'all know, and I got to look more into this, if this is true, oh my goodness, I'm going to go off. Somebody said that the company he was working with when he attacked DeSantis for, the reason he stopped working with them is because they funded the real Christian conservative candidate against Dr. Oz.
Wow.
Dang. I talk about her all the time. How am I forgetting her name right now?
Oh, yeah.
Kathy Barnett.
Yeah.
Kathy Barnett. And they're saying that's the reason why Trump went against his company, because they funded Kathy Barnett. I was like, that would be so disgusting. But so, I mean, that's my views on it from that point of view. My personal point of view is I like when Trump attack people, but the sanctimonious is corny. Just from like a comedic standpoint, it's just not funny. And if you're gonna attack somebody, don't throw stones if you live in a glass house. You know what I'm saying? Trump can't talk about rhinos, and please do not attack somebody on the COVID issue. Please, right. Trump is just not in no position.
Right.
You know.
Exactly. Right. And I like DeSantis. Me personally, I like him a lot. And then to me, that's like a homie. I'm just like, why are you attacking him? He's a good brother. You know what I mean? He's one of the best from our side. You know, there's a bunch of rhinos, a bunch of spineless cowards, don't do nothing. He's one of the actual good ones we got. So like, why are you? A lot of people I know are just giving them a bad taste in their mouth. Like, why are you attacking? Just like he's like, you should do like how he did. Just keep talking about all the good things you did and this and that. Even show him a little respect. And like, there's no need to attack DeSantis, because like you said, a lot of people have love for him, especially like let's say you have a little homie and you know you could beat him up or whatever. You ain't gonna feel threatened or whatever. Like, I know he's the little homie or whatever. Like Trump, if he knows he's all great and whatever, he shouldn't even worry about that. Like, he should worry like, hey, I know I'll beat DeSantis, whatever. Let's go at it. We'll see what happens. You know what I mean? Like, he should know that if he could beat him or whatever, because I think so. Even I like DeSantis and all that, but my own personal, I don't think he could beat Trump. You know what I mean? In the primaries, but still, just there's no need to attack right now. Especially he should know with all the attacks from the left and all this nonsense that they're always doing. I don't know. I just don't. You know, that's how Trump is. We know that. You know what I mean? He's done that before with Cruz and like that. But I don't know. Just seemed like out of nowhere he just was attacking DeSantis.
I feel like those were different because they were actual presidential candidates at the time. To me, right. This obviously feels like Trump is scared of DeSantis. People can say what they want, bro. DeSantis hasn't even announced he was running and Trump is attacking him, bro. He is not attacking Mike Pence the same way. He does that. He does that because he knows DeSantis has a good chance, a possibility of beating him. Maybe not the largest possibility, but he has the possibility of beating him. So that's why he's attacking him before he even announces.
Yeah, that's what I see too, brother. Go ahead, A-Rod. That's what I see too, brother.
I think the same thing. It's one of those things where, you know, you attack, like it's at work when you attack another coworker, you're trying to look good, but the other coworker is actually kind of favored by the majority, and it just makes you look like a big old hater. You know what I mean? Like, they're doing it. Like, I get it. Like, you know, when you dig into DeSantis, he did a lot of stuff too. He shut down when he shouldn't have, and people forget that Florida did shut down and stuff like that. But I think what kind of made me not so much this one is I think when you try to take credit for somebody else's win. I think that's what he's going wrong, because he's like, he only won because of me. And I sent FBI agents to go look into the vote. I'm like, bro, then why did you send FBI agents to your own stuff? Like you should have said it. It just makes him look foolish. It
Bro.
makes him look foolish, and I think a lot of people sitting back and going, "Dude,
Yeah,
you missed the mark."
It's cringe because, like, okay, you helped DeSantis win in 2020. Great, we love that for you, Trump. Thanks, because DeSantis is a good governor. But you can't take credit for him just obliterating the opponent this time. He did it without you being on the campaign trail with him. So you can take credit for the old stuff, but what about right now? I'm saying the most cringe thing about Trump lately. Anybody who is sort of seems like they're going against him, they're disloyal, right? But what did Trump do when he got in office in 2016? A couple of years later, he fired every single person that was loyal to him and hired swamp creatures. Is Trump not disloyal? After the January 6th situation, people said DeSantis threw January 6th under the bus. Anybody that was really there, Trump did the same thing in his first true speech regarding January 6th people. Threw everybody January 6th under the bus. Was he disloyal then? Let's talk. I don't want to get too much on the pokey pokes, but if we get on the pokey pokes, is he disloyal then? You know what I'm saying? So why is everybody that because Trump was calling preachers disloyal because they're saying because of their biblical values they can't support Trump in 2024. And instead of finding out why, Trump calling everybody disloyal. But when are you ever disloyal to us? But see, Trump has like a 20% of the base of MAGA is like only Trumpers, like Trump.
Right.
So they don't even care if Trump was disloyal to anybody. It's all about being loyal or disloyal to him.
Well, you just brought something up earlier, and I think that's huge. And I hate not having conversations. Well, I hate having conversations with these ones that are obsessed and can't call it out. It doesn't mean you'll never support somebody. That's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to hold them accountable. Okay, say for instance, out of nowhere, Trump's like calling out Ron DeSantis out of nowhere, and everybody's like, man, that came from Kevin McCarthy comes forward, says what he said today, right? You're looking at Trump like, bro, Kevin's a big issue, my guy. Say something.
There's plenty a long list of guys he could call out quicker than DeSantis.
That's my question to the people that are the loyalists. Like, are you just blind, like willfully just ignoring that on purpose? If so, then I have to question you're just looking at things from common sense point of view. Then I have to you're just like Bryce said, you're starting to get cultish. And that's what we're talking. Everybody goes, no, it's not. Yes, it is, because this Kevin McCarthy has been a very huge, big issue. Ron DeSantis ain't a huge issue like that. Kevin is now, if he's calling him out, then you have to look at it like he feels threatened. That's what it comes down to. Everybody's going to be like, no, it's not. That's what it comes down to, because Kevin just said what the majority of the conservative movement, they don't believe. They believe that was wrong. They believe that shooting, everything on January 6th that Kevin believes, they believe the opposite, and he stays silent. And then everybody gives him a pass.
Is that disloyal? Matter of fact, let's talk about Kevin McCarthy. Let's talk about Dr. Oz. Is supporting swamp creatures disloyal to the people you promised to drain the swamp to?
Exactly.
When can we, as people, because I bet you all three of us went to go vote in 2020 and placed that vote for Donald J. Trump. He owe us. We voted for you. He owe us, not the other way around. If you claim to drain the swamp and you're supporting swamp creatures, who is the disloyal one? That's just my thing.
100%. Yeah, bro.
But people probably say, "Oh, that we're all hating on." We're not. All of us, like you said, we all voted for Trump. We all, all three of us, we've been putting it down for him and the cause for years and all that. And we're not saying if it's between him and Democrat, we won't or whatever. But we're just calling out little things that we see, bro.
Oh, I'm gonna be clear.
You said it right. Bryson just said it right now. As voters, and you're putting in the time, and he's supposed to be representing us. When you turn around and say, hey, bro, I don't believe in that, and he says, well, I do. We just got into fist fight. Hold on real quick. We were doing this. Hold on real quick. And I'm supposed to stay silent. Even I got to change my values. And then people go, yeah, here you go hating on him. Okay. So guess what? How about I don't go hard anymore? All right. How about I don't? See, that's what people don't understand, that when you go hard for somebody politically, they're elected officials. You hold them responsible. Apparently, you can't anymore. Apparently, you just got to let them do whatever they want to do and just go with it.
and people be asking us to roll the most craziest thing. Man, listen, I'm gonna tell you something. I'm super that's getting tired of. Stop the 5D chess crap. Stop it.
Yeah.
I play chess in real life. Trump ain't playing 5D chess. Everybody got an excuse for every single thing this man does, but they don't create the same excuses for any other Republican politician. I watched conservatives mash Marjorie Taylor Greene when she came out supporting Kevin McCarthy. I'm talking about she was trending on Twitter. They straight out trash her. Not 2 days later, 24 hours later, Trump said, I'm endorsing Kevin McCarthy. Not the same response. You know what I'm saying? It's 5D chess. It's just politics. He's just playing politics. Wait. The reason I voted for Trump is because he doesn't just play politics. So you tell me now he plays politics? Okay, well, what makes him different from Kevin McCarthy at that point? So no, I'm sorry. Excuse me if I don't want to align myself with people that promote swamp creatures. Right. Excuse me. I apologize that my values didn't change and other people's did. I'm sorry.
Yeah, well, I want to switch it up right on a little bit. I want to get your thoughts, brother, on that recent killing that the police did. We all know that they were wrong and all that, but more just once again, we see the disgusting Democrats, bro, Sharpton, and then we're over there, Kamala at the thing pushing race and nonsense. And then I seen your tweet that got retweeted by that leftist, and you called it out perfect, and it was a ridiculous response. I'll let you talk about it, but you said, how is this racial when it was done by 5 black men, and they're still trying their hardest and whatever. It also is funny is it to me the first one wasn't even as bad as this one. This one was way worse than the first one, and yet the media already stopped talking about it. Why is that? Why have they already stopped talking about this one when it was real worse police brutality? Yeah. And we all know why that they stopped, because they can't blame it on whites and all that. So that's why it's so quickly to go. But it's just disgusting Democrats. Imagine that, saying it was whites or whatever when it had nothing to do with whites, brother. What's your thought?
So this is actually the first time I've seen flat out police brutality that got popular in the wild. Like, we all agree this is police brutality. The other cases is usually other stuff that makes it not so much. But this right here was clear police brutality. The problem is when they call it white supremacy or underlining racism. And the reason why is because the logic is so flawed. So I might have just walked through their logical path, right? They claim that police was created from slave catchers, which is wrong. It actually came from night watchers, which had nothing to do with slavery, but that's a different situation. Let's just use their logic real quick. Police started from slave catchers, so it's racist. And they're saying the 5 black cops was influenced by the police force history of racism, and those 5 black cops treat black people differently than they do white people. So the problem with this silly logical path is it doesn't make any sense. The reason why is because, let's say if police was started because of racism, you can't claim it's racism now unless you have proof. And what I mean by that, you would need footage or something to show me that in the training rooms, training these cops, they're taught, make sure you treat black people differently than you treat white people. Where you have to provide evidence for such a claim like that, because that doesn't make sense. That's like saying because my great-great-grandfather was a slave, I'm a slave, or I'm somehow influenced, and my actions is influenced by being a slave in my past. It's stupid. It makes no sense. And then somebody commented and said, if a black person make a taco, is it no longer Mexican food? And that is the dumbest thing. I genuinely don't even know how to respond to something. So that is the dumbest thing I have ever heard. And what the crap does that even mean?
Well, you know what?
That's liberal logic.
I think what blows my mind is, let's just switch the scenarios real quick. Let's just switch it just a little bit. Say it was white cops. Police brutality so much. It would be what? It'd be racism.
Racism, yeah.
It'd be racism. So we don't have white cops. So they have to make it about police brutality that's pretty much controlled by the white person. And to me, I never got it, especially with the Latino community. There's been cops out there that have been Hispanic that have been kind of foul to me too. But I don't look at it like it's the uniform. I just look at it like it's that fool right there. So if they were to use the same mentality they would for white people, they would look at it like the same thing that's going on in our communities. It would be brown on brown or black on black. But they don't do that in this situation. They have to kind of, like you said, they have to follow this path that everything leads back to one skin color, and it's white. And it always has to go. I heard Dio Hughley today. He was like, "Now everybody wants to focus on these 5 black men, but no, let's not do that. Let's keep on focusing on the people that are in power, the white people." And I'm like, bro, I don't know how true it is, but I heard that one of those dudes, the skateboarder kid, the one that that got murdered, was sleeping with one of the cops' wives, or it was an ex-girlfriend or something like that. So I don't know how true that was, but I seen that on TikTok that somebody said that they went after him because this dude was hooking up with somebody's ex.
Yeah, I heard that. I don't know how true it is, but I can tell you how much more crazier this situation is, right? Do you know why them 5 black cops was hired? They got hired under the Scorpion program that was really created because BLM was fighting for diversity because they wanted the police to represent the communities, right? They got hired under what you fought for, and these black cops killed a black man unjustly, and now you're saying it's still racism. Now you're blaming the entire system. I have a question, though. If this is the case, police is based on racism. In 2022, 35 or 36 unarmed black people were killed by police. 52 white unarmed people were killed by police. And this is not even going deep into the case to figure out who was innocent, blah, blah, blah. Was it also the white supremacy that killed the 52 white people unarmed? Or where's the white supremacy stop? Why did this happen? You know, and why do I not know about not only that, why do I not know about any of these 52 cases? Why is that nowhere on the news, splattered everywhere? That's all I'm saying.
And then too, like you said, the terrible logic is all 5. I can see maybe 1, you know what I mean, or 2. How are you going to get 5 black dudes to all get manipulated by white supremacy or whatever nonsense? 5, like, you know what I mean, like just a total joke. But it's like it was almost like if the left was salivating because they knew what happened with the George Floyd, whatever. So they wanted because they knew it was a clear police brutality and all that. They were just so probably mad that it was blacks and there was no whites where they couldn't say it, so they still can't help themselves. And that's how the left is. Because me and A-Rod knows, we were just on a debate recently with some leftist Latinos. Everything, no matter what topic we're talking about, everything, white supremacy and whites, and I was like, wow, for the answer for in a clear all Latino city and all that, it's still white supremacy. And that's how the left is. It's just so ingrained. And then, like I said, they had the race hustler go over there, Al Sharpton, and all of them out there trying to push it. But it's just disgusting. The left, it just disgusts me how they try to use it. And that's how you seen Antifa was quick. It was because they were the main ones. Antifa was quick out there. They were hoping that they were going to be out there rioting and all that. But a lot of blacks use their head. It's 5 blacks. You know what I mean? So a lot of them didn't fall for that like they did the first time. The first time there was, so the Antifa and all that was hiding behind the blacks out there terrorizing, doing it. It was all Antifa mostly all out there. But see, they couldn't do that this time. That's why it stopped right away.
Yeah, bro, 100%. You know, another thing too, Bryson just brought it up, and I heard that before. When they look at something in the system, are they going to look at maybe they hire people that weren't equipped? Are they going to look at they hire people that maybe these guys maybe had some issues? You know what I mean? Are they going to dig into that? Maybe we lowered the bar a little bit, because I see it all the time. I mean, here at my work, they're like, we got to hire Mexicans. Not every Mexican that comes in to do construction is the best worker. You know what I mean? Just don't hire him because he's a Mexican. You know what I mean? Dude's probably trash. Like, look into his resume. You know, look into this, look into that. So I doubt they're going to look into that. And I guarantee you, these guys probably got some issues up there. I guarantee you, in other situations, they probably wouldn't be hired on. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe it was personal, whatever. We do know it was foul. I couldn't even watch the video, bro. Like, yeah. At first, I was just like, you know.
It was foul. I think everybody agree. I think this is one of the few things everybody can agree on. And instead of everybody coming together and saying this is jacked up, They had to change the narrative. They had to make it about white supremacy. It's like, bro, this is okay. Now you're just making it stupid. You know what's funnier? When you talk to regular black folk, though, and you tell them that they saying it's white supremacy, they be like, what the crap? They think it's stupid too.
Right.
The only people that's peddling this nonsense is a few social media people that's trying to enforce it in everybody's minds, bro. You got race hustles, like you said. You know what I'm saying? Jesse Jackson. You got Benjamin Crump. You got Al Sharpton. You know, the typical race baiters. I saw Kamala Harris giving a speech. First time I've seen her in a year. You got they're trying to basically like influence people to believe that everything is somehow racist. Come on, man.
Right. Yeah, bro. So I wanted to, before we get into, because I think we're just gonna have a free fall after this. I want to talk about your rap, bro. Okay. First, I want to. My favorite song you've ever done is probably, it's not like your most popular song. Because I'm a drummer, that Joe Biden one, I think you just kind of made it up in a couple hours. The one you did it, and it wasn't like a video, but it's so I didn't even want to say it on here. It was Hunter Biden. Was it Hunter Biden?
Oh yeah, Hunter Biden hat. Yeah.
Yeah, that beat was hard to me. To me, I was just like, oh, that I love that beat. You know what I mean? It's just what I like. I like your style, bro. Not everybody can rap, bro. What's up? Like, why is everybody trying to, like, in the conservative movement? I feel like it waters down Christianity. I feel like, and I've heard you say this before, when it comes to Christian rappers and just people that are holding up, not everybody's preaching actual truth and listening to the words. Why do you think that it's been watered down? And why do you think the people that are popular probably shouldn't be as popular as they are?
Well, it's watered down because people, I don't want to bear false witness, but a lot of people go into things with the wrong intention. So a lot of people go into things because they see an opportunity rather than trying to make a change or trying to do it because they love it. It's always because they see an opportunity. And the issue with that is you become a slave to that. So you try not to offend people. Like all Christian rap, if you go to the most popular Christian rap playlist on Spotify right now, you're not going to hear any Bible verses. It's going to be, rappers talking about how Jesus loves you and God loves you. And, I got a new car because of God and blah, blah, blah. The same old time. It's never nothing truly biblical. It's never nothing that can convict somebody. All it can do is make you feel good. And it's watered down because these people are enslaved. You go watch these people interviews, 99% of them, if they ask about LGBT, they'll crumble like a cookie. The abortion issue, a lot of them will be starting an abortion issue because still in this country, a lot of people are not afraid to be pro-life. You know what I'm saying? But what everybody seems to be afraid of is the LGBT community. So when they get asked that question, you'll see them crumble like a cookie. You see them, I have a gay family member, or they just won't answer the question. And that's why it's watered down, because these are not people that's really trying to be soldiers for God. These are people that are trying to make a career. You know what I'm saying?
Right, 100%, dude. That's why I've always kind of, when when you're doing your thing, I'm always like, man, that's why people don't like them, because you're preaching truth. And I think that here's the thing. I'm not surprised what's going on in the politics, because it already started in the church way before it got here. They watered down, like pastors had to go up there. They'll stay quiet when it comes to political things. And a shout out to my pastor. I had a meeting with him not too long ago, and he said that they try to push Rich Gurnell onto him, because I didn't know this, but they wanted Rich Gurnell to run for governor. It was like a thing in the background. They were trying to, and he was like, sorry, as long as this man's living his lifestyle, I won't meet with him. I'm sorry, I don't. We hold our standards and we hold to the word of God. Changes his life, that's different. And I didn't know that Rich Gurnell's brother is a pastor, a pretty big pastor in the Assemblies of God church. So yeah, it's kind of one of those things where you're like, wow. But I think that when your message goes out, I think the people that do listen to the lyrics and hear it, if you're offended by it, is because guess what? You got sin in your life, more than likely, and you're just, you know what I'm saying? It's making you feel uncomfortable. Good. It makes you feel uncomfortable.
This is why, listen, this is the difference. I can make the bubblegum stuff if I wanted to. I've literally been making music all my life. Like, I know how to make songs with catchy hooks that people like. And I don't have to, get extra biblical if I didn't want to. I could just say, you know what I'm saying, a bunch of bubblegum crap if I really wanted to. But then what would that make me? Like, who am I? I'm just like anybody else that makes music. My music offends people. Sometimes it's hard to listen to my music because it convicts you, and I'm very blunt. But that's because I do it for God, not myself. So, that's just how it is.
Right. Go ahead, Jeff.
I just wanted to talk. You went on live today. I didn't get to catch it, but you're talking about what Biden said today in the press conference. So I want to go ahead and let everybody hear.
So every year, there's the National Prayer Breakfast. And it happens every year. And Biden, obviously, he was there this year. And what he said was, the fact that you have different, races, different religions. He said gay, straight. He said these things it shows the infinite creativity of God. He actually called these people called these people like sort of the image of God. And it is so blasphemous that was allowed to be said. Like there wasn't one Christian in that room that said, boy, heck no. You know what I'm saying? And it's just blasphemous. And this is, bro, like it or not, this is the president of the United States. Maybe not rightfully, but he is the current president of this country. And listen to how he's talking. It is disgusting. And the craziest thing, though, I went over today is there's a police officer who was 19 in Georgia who literally got fired or forced to resign because he stood by biblical marriage. Of a Facebook post affirming biblical marriage. So he said there's no such thing as homosexual marriage. And he actually got forced to resign. But the person who basically fired him, he retired today because it was too much backlash and too much pressure from the state. But they told him to keep don't as a police officer, don't even post on your own Facebook about God. Like basically keep your religion to yourself. And that's happening in this country. So this country is going downhill very, very fast. Georgia is a Bible Belt state. And an officer got fired for standing by biblical marriage.
Wow.
Yeah, like you said, we even seen that recently. I seen you were out there at that mall in I think it was Minnesota, where they made the guy leave because he had a Jesus shirt. And then I was proud of the guy from the Rangers that he came out. I mean, they didn't go with that, and the media righteously is always trying to attack and all that. But it's like I always say to them, the left. Everybody has rights except for Christians. They never care about our faith or what we want. You know what I mean? They don't never care about us. It's just disgusting. That's what we have to. All of us, we just got to keep holding the line and keep putting God first above all things. And because we know He's in control and we know He's coming soon. Go ahead, Aaron.
No, go ahead. Go, Bryson. You say something?
I was just gonna say. What needs to happen is we need to start putting this stuff to the test and exposing everything for what it truly is. And what I mean by that is in classes, teachers are allowed to hang up pride flags, which should just be straight up outlawed federally. But, okay, they let them do it. Imagine if I had a flag that say marriage is only between a man and a woman. Do you think that school will let that stay up? We all know the answer to that question. The fact that we all know the answer to this question, the fact that we all know there's a double standard, the fact that we all know this country was based on Christian values and these things are happening, somebody need to prove it. Somebody need to put a flag up in a classroom, a teacher, and say marriage is only between a man and a woman, and see the response. Make sure it's at a school where somebody has a pride flag up in their school. We are being persecuted in this country, and it won't stop until we stand up.
Yeah, I think 100%, man. And I don't, Jesse, there's a handful. I love what Suni does too. Suni's another one that doesn't have the biggest platform, but she is not afraid to expose what's going out there. Every time I see something now, I send it to Suni because I know she'll be like, on it. I got it. Because she's not, she knows she's going to put the things of God first. I don't know if you've seen that latest Rich Grinnell video. I sent it to Suni, where he talked about our fight when it comes to the LGBT community and all that is not here. It's not in Hollywood. It's not, he named some other, places that he said they were, going hard. And he said it's in other countries that are trying to ban, same-sex marriage, trying to ban all this. He said, I think we should fight against that. And I thought to myself, this is if people wrap their heads around this, these are the leaders in our conservative movement They're ambassadors to Trump and the conservative movement. They're out there representing the United States, forcing other countries to go against what their beliefs are, for whatever it is, and push their Western ideologies, which is sinful. And so many Christians that are part of the conservative movement don't have, like, they're not going around sharing the gospel, go to, the farthest part of the world and share the gospel. They're not doing these things. They're literally pushing this man's lifestyle, who's been an influence on Trump. And I see all this happen. I'm looking around and I'm going, man, this is the state we're in. This is how sad that everybody's looking at me and be like, it's not that big of a deal. And I'm like, no, the fact that you think it's not is the reason why we're here. Like, it literally is the reason why we're here.
Think about this, right? He's trying to go force other countries to affirm his lifestyle. How is that conservative in any way? In any way, shape, or form? It isn't. Leave other countries alone. Their laws are their laws, and a lot of these laws should be our laws, if I'm being honest. And then, that's not even the worst thing he said in the interview. That in his interview with Dave Rubin, Richard Grenell said being gay makes him a better Christian. And I can't even think of nothing as blasphemous as that I've heard in the last year. And nobody even cares. A lot of these people say, don't judge, Bryson. It's only up to God to judge. And you know what? These people are the problem. So, I'm going to be honest. If this is the future of the Republican Party, what does it matter if Democrats win? What are Republicans going to do if they win? Because the only difference between a Democrat and a Republican now is Democrats just are going 80 miles per hour versus Republicans are going 50 miles per hour. Bro, biblical prophecy has to be fulfilled. I'd rather just get it over with. If we're going to hell in a handbasket, just take us straight there so we can fight, so us Christians can prepare to fight this war. I don't got time to be going slower. So at this point, and I said this on live, and everybody got mad at me. I don't care if Democrats win. I will not compromise on my faith to vote for a Republican.
Me neither. But that's it, brother. Thanks for coming on, Bryson.
Yeah, thank you.
Always
Bryson.
a pleasure, brother. Keep doing you. Keep standing bold for the gospel. Always above all things. But let our viewers know how they could listen to your music, bro. How they could get it and all that. How to find you.
Bryson Gray on YouTube. Even though I'm severely shadow banned on there, it is what it is. Twitter, Real Bryson Gray. Rumble, Bryson Gray. I'm on places like peel.net, which is a news live streaming platform. You can find me on there. And cozy.tv/Bryson Gray. I'm everywhere I can be, man. So just try to type my name in somewhere.
Yeah, it's not for the weak. It's not for the weak Christian. I'm gonna tell you that. If you hear him and you get offended, then I'm gonna tell you what, you might not be living the right lifestyle. You need to start praying and reading the word. Another thing too, you always said real quick, and I want to give you your stance on this. You're huge, and you made me dig into the word a little bit more. You did, bro, when I'm hearing you. What do you suggest that a lot of Christians do to dig into the word just to hold themselves accountable moving forward? Like, I want to get your take on that real quick, and then we'll head out.
To me, the best decision is delete everything you've learned in your brain and start reading the Bible from Genesis to Revelation. The reason why is because the most popular things we've been taught as Christians, it's just not in the Bible. We think Jesus is some hippie. We think God is some type of hippie. Even conservatives think God is some type of hippie. And a lot of these doctrines, like people say everybody's a child of God. No, the Bible, not only does the Bible never say that, the Bible explicitly says that isn't true. In 1 John chapter 3, it says some people are children of God and some people are children of Satan. We go to 1 John chapter 3, verse 10, it says the children of God and the children of Satan are obvious. So not only are people children of Satan, but you can easily tell the difference between a child of God and a child of Satan. So, and I can go over those all day, but that's one of the most popular things people say, everybody's a child of God, but it isn't true. So people need to just delete everything, read the Bible like a newborn baby. Well, newborn babies can't read, but y'all get what I'm saying. Read the Bible like a newborn baby, and just start from Genesis to Revelation, so at least you can
like a baby Christian, Christian. You're born again.
A baby Christian. Restart, start fresh, so you can learn who God is in the Bible, not who these preachers tell you He is.
Exactly, bro. So thanks for coming on, man. Appreciate it, Bryson.
Thanks for coming on. See you guys hopefully next week. God bless.
All right.
Peace.
Hi, this is Kathy DeHart with DeHart Construction Services, located right here in the Inland Empire. You know, we're a family-owned business, and today our youngest member of our family is visiting. Kinsey, can you say hi?
Hi.
Now, Kinsey, I have an important question for you. Where do you think food comes from?
A market store?
You're right. But before it gets to a market, we have farmers and dairies and all kinds of other people who make food. Do you remember hearing that?
Uh-huh.
And then we have people who have to keep the food cold.
And guess what?
What?
I remember we getting strawberries at a little market.
Well, Papa and I, we work with companies that make food and keep food cold and gets it to the grocery stores.
That's cool.
DCS is a proud supporter of the American Dream. For all of your cold storage or food facility needs, visit our website at chillwithdheart.com. Once again, chillwithdheart.com. Serving all of California, CSLB 949062.